Alright, so if you read the title of this video, you already know I'm heading to Subway. We're going to talk about it a little bit. First of all, I want you to know straight up that there was nothing special about what Jared Fogle done. Subway began promoting low-fat content of its sandwiches on napkins and cups in the year 1997. This was part of the 7 Under 6 campaign, which 7 sandwiches less than 6 grams of fat. That is what they had on their menu. 7 sandwiches with 6 grams of fat or less. So, how does that relate to Jared Fogle? Well, in 1997, he was not on the diet yet. He discovered it like the rest of us did back in the 90s through the napkins and the cups and the promotions that Subway was doing at the time for their low-fat menus. So there was really nothing special about what he done. He just kind of copied what was already there. The key events in Subway nutrition focused marketing around that time include: in 1997, calorie and fat nutrition for low-fat sandwiches were printed on cups and napkins and other store materials. So he probably got started sometime in the year of 1998 from what I've seen. So let's look at that. In 1998, full nutrition facts for sandwiches became available in detailed brochures and on the company's website. So in 98, they put it on the Subway company's website. Not sure when he got started, but he wasn't brought into the Subway marketing until the year 2000. It says in 2000, Subway hired college student Jared Fogle as spokesperson after he gained media attention for losing weight by eating a diet-only Subway sandwiches. This helped popularize their low-fat messaging for years to follow. So like I said, the only thing that he done different than anybody else who was doing low-fat at the time who were using Subway sandwiches, because he wasn't the only one focused on Subway as part of their low-fat diet. He was just the only one to claim to do it at an extreme way, which brought him media attention, which he has been notoriously good for in the first place. Yeah, the information was already right there. On the napkins, on the cups. Low-fat dieting was popular everywhere. It started in the early 90s. Everywhere. Why do you think Subway took on the low-fat message like they did? Why do you think they started promoting it on their cups and napkins? Because they were the only fast food restaurant at the time that was promoting healthy enough to be considered low fat. There's a hospital up in Greenville, South Carolina. That's like, the 35th largest city in the country. Is where I was born and raised. Inside of that hospital, they have a Subway there where you can go get Subway sandwiches. They got like a food court there, kind of like the style of a mall would have. And yeah, I mean, it's been there since the 90s. They opened up a Subway there, and people still go there and eat subs from that Subway on that food court. To my knowledge, they do. I haven't been up there in a long time. But 3 years ago I went and it was still there. I suppose it's still there. But yeah, there's nothing special about it. Everybody was low-fat dieting, and it was the information that he needed to do the diet was wrote right there on the menus. Well, right there on the napkins and the cups and every other thing that they served that Subway had. They could add that too. They quit doing that. It's got different ownership now, but pretty much principles and the things are still the same. Now on this channel, let me get this very clear, and some of you guys that's been around my channel long enough already know this. I've used Subway as a dieting tool on this channel far back as 3 years ago. It's all over my channel. All you got to do is do an individual search on my channel and type in Subway or sub fasting or something like that, and you will see me all over the place. If you do a Google search for sub fasting, because I was using Subway as a nomad, that's why I call it sub fasting. 3 years ago, I was basically eating a foot-long sub a day. I was either doing an OMAD or a 2MAD with it. But now I'm going to try to incorporate it, because I wasn't using low-fat subs. I was just using any sub off the Subway menu. And the reason I done that is because of the whole Jared Fogle thing just aggravated me. I figured, I could just practice intermittent fasting and stuff like that and achieve the same results of any sub on Subway's menu, which you can do that. You can do it. I've done it. I've done it to death on this channel. It is proven. I've done it with the scale weights in such a way that I've done on the sugar diet. How do you think I knew how to be that scale sniper that I was on the sugar diet? Because I've already done it using other diets and protocols on this channel. And some of you act like you've forgotten that. Some of you old timers that's been around a while, y'all act like y'all have forgotten that. So let me remind everyone. When Cole took this protocol on, I had no idea this was coming. No idea this was coming. And I'm going to tell y'all what. I'm going to tell y'all what I'm going to do. I'm going to do something different because I got me a scale weight yesterday on September 1st. I got me a scale weight, so I'm going to use Subway throughout this month. And I promise you weight loss. I promise you weight loss. See, now here's the thing. I've never done it in the low-fat hemisphere. I've never done it that way before. Except, well, in the 90s I did, like everyone else that was doing low-fat. But back then I thought I was big and I wasn't even really that big. I wished I was weighed now what I weighed then. But yeah, we were all skipping the mayonnaise and getting the mustard on the subs. We were all doing that. Where do you think Jared Fogle got the idea? It didn't just fall into his own head like, oh, look, I'm going to use Subway. Nobody's ever done this. It was all, the plan was laid out for the man. All anybody had to do is take advantage of it. It just so happened to be him. Which he knew how to manipulate situations to get things done anyway. If you read on any history about what he's capable of, so that tells me some of that might have been premeditated to get in Subway's favor. I think maybe he might have set some of that up, or he knew how to set it. He knew how to manipulate situations to his favor. That's for sure. That's for sure. The guy was clever. But he did not come up with that on his own. That was a plan laid out for him. Subway was already in the low-fat hemisphere. And as far as I'm concerned, my role in this is not just me just following along blindly here. This is something that I've taught, I have showed, I have preached in the past about, using Subway as a tool for weight loss because of its calorie count and its healthier options. Not to mention the fact that it's got those, it's got the banana pepper, it's got the jalapenos and the pickles. I have preached in the past that pickled and fermented vegetables help with digestion and helps with satiety and stuff like that, and that is one of the reasons I always used the Subway. I was promoting it for different reasons, but now it's all about that low fat, and lucky for me that is a part of it too. So yeah, I just want to clear that up. I mean, this is more than just me blindly following. This is something that has been a part of me for a while now. So forgive me if I'm a little excited about it. I'm excited about it. And yeah, I didn't do a scale weight this month. I didn't do a scale weight this month. And I'm not going to because Labor Day weekend just happened. I did not restrict in preparation for a scale weight, so I can show y'all a little weight on that scale. What I did instead is I got a scale weight yesterday on the 1st. We're starting the subs today, and I'm not gonna promise every day, because life happens, but mostly throughout the month, Subway is gonna be a part of a weight loss protocol, and I'm gonna show you that before weight and the after weight. Are you ready? Let's go get that turkey sub now. All right, so I got my sub. I got my tray sitting here. Let me show you this tray. Look how much room I've got between my stomach and this tray. Why that's so good for me is because another YouTuber, a friend of mine, that also into the YouTube space with a channel, sent me this. He does food reviews too, and he's done the sub fast with me in the past. Maybe I can get him interested in this again. Keeping it real with Big Country. Shout out to him. He bought me this tray, and I couldn't use it because my stomach was so big. I couldn't get it to work out on the car. That's how big I was, and the seat's all the way back. I also got this little Jim Dandy of a tray or a table that I use as well. I might have to readjust it a little bit. I can't remember. Seems like this one likes to tilt a little. Seems like it likes to tilt a little. It's not the greatest. Yeah, but it'll do. It'll do. Got me a setup for eating to where now maybe I won't make a mess of myself. Oh yeah. Yeah, my tray situation is working. Look at that. Look at that, Big Country. If you're watching, man, I'm so proud. Finally getting to use that tray the way it was designed to be used now. That is big for me. Gracious. She has got this thing sealed with that sticker. What? I get to use my tray? Alright, so I went with the wheat. The 9-grain wheat or whatever it is. You can see it in there. Oh, this is something, y'all. This is special. This is special. I'm not even gonna get food on me this time. Yeah, I got the turkey. I didn't get quite everything. I got most all the veggies on it. I got some mustard, and I looked into the menu, and the red wine vinegar that they use there has 0 fat. And of course this Diet Pepsi has 0 fat. When I was doing food reviews, I could never use a tray. I was always spilling stuff on me. when I do these reviews, especially the Subway reviews. Listen, that bread come fresh out of it. Look how soft that is, y'all. So I got the turkey. I got onion, banana pepper, bell pepper, jalapeno, pickles, give you a peek on the inside there, lettuce. I didn't get spinach. Got some tomato. Now they got them baked Lay's in there, them baked Lay's chips. And the reason they got them in there is back in the 90s, they were a low-fat option. I didn't get those because the sandwich is going to be enough by itself. Yeah, so Jared, he just did a 6-inch turkey and a foot-long veggie. And he just avoided the fat content in the condiments and the cheeses and all that. He didn't get the cheese. I didn't get the cheese either. That's something I usually get every single time, but not this time. I'm getting kind of used to a life without dairy. Now this tray was fitting before I went on the sugar diet, but it wasn't fitting this good. I didn't have that extra room, like 1.5 inches in there now. I mean, this tray is the bomb. Look at there. Look at there. I bet I can use my table here for my camera space. I don't know if it's picking me up or not. Give y'all a side view of what's going on here. Wow. My options just expanded, man. When I get back into my food reviews, I'm going to be looking sharp. Be keeping a low-fat diet to the ready to keep myself lean. Actually getting kind of full. I ate my usual oatmeal and egg whites this morning, so it's only like 17 after 2 in the afternoon. I haven't eaten anything since then. The calories and the fat are super low, so tell me what y'all think down in the comments. I mean, this has always been a good weight loss choice out there. I have seen people use low-fat diets, and I have seen them use Subway successfully on a low-fat diet plan in the 90s. If you're Gen X, you know what I'm talking about. You were there. You were there when they were doing the napkins and the cups and putting all that information on there. You know Jared stole that idea. He wasn't the only one using Subway for a low-fat diet plan. He might have been the only one to do it that extreme. Well, I'm not going into that extreme. I'm not looking for a spokesperson job, but we'll still have fun with it over the month. I have folks. Tell me what you think down in the comments. That's all I got for this one. So until the next one, you folks have a good one.